Hi, this is Laleh Hancock, and I just felt inspired to share some stories with you guys. I was just thinking of a class that's coming up, and it's called Being You in Relationships. And the minute that we actually created this class and kind of put it up there, it's just amazing the amount of information I've received in areas that I've been allowing the relationships in my life to really affect me more than I ever thought. And not from a bad way, but really from the place of like how much I take for granted that there's certain people in my life, whether they're my part of my family or they're my friends, that I am willing to give up me and whatever it is that I have going on to really make it better in their world. And had two situations that actually happened last week. One with my daughter and one of her friends who decided to surprise her for her birthday and come down and really was looking to alter all the plans we had really put in place for the last few months. And it really bothered me. And I had to ask a lot of questions to what it was. And I realized like there are moments that it's not just about being flexible, but it's like what really works for you. Like, does it really work to have someone who doesn't ask any questions, doesn't even ask to be invited, to be included? And I had to choose for me and say, you know what? No, it doesn't work for us to completely revamp everything that we have going on. And it did cause some conflict around the way. The energy just didn't feel good. My stomach didn't feel good. But I look at, wow, like how much we all have grown from that experience and how we each got to choose for ourselves. And looking at it now, it's not that big of a deal, but at that moment, it felt so significant. And I realized the same thing with another friend. We had an event and she just could not choose for herself. Like she had to be on standby for her son, which is really cool. And at the same time, what did it create for her? And how did she empower herself and him by choosing what was going to work for her? And it really opened my eyes to how much, as much as we care for our loved ones, whether they're our kids, whether it's our partner, whether it's our family or friends or whoever it is, it's like, are you willing to have a relationship that works both ways? You being able to choose for you and them being able to choose for them, and finding something that works for both of you. It's funny, there were moments I felt so selfish, like how dare I not want to include somebody in my plans? And yet I realized it wasn't any of that. It's the approach of how it was done. It's the fact that there was no question. There was no even trying to find a way to include us in what they were creating. So I'm just saying, like, the moments that you just have that heaviness and just things aren't going the way you think it will, and it never does, like, are you willing to ask more questions? I actually had to be willing to ask a lot of questions, do a lot of clearings, and take moments for me to actually walk away from this situation and find more peace. In all of that, I realized how much I was in other people's worlds as well, how much I was aware of the craziness that was going on in their head, and how they were really creating all of that in our lives. So, just for a moment, what if nothing is wrong and nothing is right, but this is just about information and ways to assist you to grow in whatever it is that you'd like to do? Um, I've learned a lot from this experience, and I do feel I'm actually stronger and I have more information. So, wondering what that might be for you guys.